Welcome back, Cosplay Corner Kitties, to another, Cosplay Corner. And what are we doing in this Cosplay Corner? Well, before you even think about cosplaying, you're going to need a few things to measure yourself. One thing in particular is a tape measure like this. This is a tailor's tape measure. Of course, there will be an affiliate's link in the description so you can get your own. And what you're going to do, once you've done your cosplay, once you've found who you're going to use, whether it be Anarchy or rider helmets or any of the number of cosplay options out there, is they're going to want to know your measurements, and they'll usually give you a visual chart showing you, what areas they want you to measure. I will cover that specific area in the future, but this is a general overview of the tools you will need. You will need a tape measure like this. It is metric on one side, imperial on the other. And basically what you're going to be doing is measuring the circumference of specific areas. This is also useful when you're buying various clothing items. So for example, if I wanted to measure my mid-chest here, what you want to do is just wrap it around, see where it matches up. Now, of course, I could pull it a bit tighter, but I always like to go to where it's where it's comfortable. You can see I am a 46 around this area. But of course, I could pull it to slightly smaller at 45, and that's still pretty comfortable. That's really what you want to deal with, because you have to keep in mind that if someone tailors your clothes to say 44, that's how it's going to feel. And that's going to be all over. And if it's really tight, if you try to go to 43, for using me as an example, then you have a chance of tearing the fabric, because it's just way too thin. So I like to go at what's comfortable for me, which is 46. And keep in mind, I'd be doing the measurements with all of my cosplay gear in place, which means, for example, as we've covered previously, we have this lovely girdle, which slims the figure down a bit. And underneath it I have some other stuff that I haven't quite covered yet, but we'll get to it in future videos. But altogether, they significantly slim your figure down. And really, when you're cosplaying, you're going to want to have yourself be in your best shape, right? So that's what you want to do. So, first order of business is you're going to want this, because even before you think about ordering your various items for slimming your figure and giving you a better figure overall, you're going to want to be able to measure it, so you can, because while you may have to do several returns, you're going to need some way of having a baseline to work from. That's what this is for. So, I'll see you in the future, Cosplay Kitties, for another Cosplay Corner.